Welcome into the Stargazing podcast. This is episode number 7. To my right is my co-host, Isaiah Killinger. We have Colby, our video producer.
Hey, guys.
And we have our producer, Nick Pretch.
Hey, what's up?
And our special guest this week is Southside Dame.
Yes, sir.
Glad to have you here. Isaiah, I'll let you get started.
All right, so jump right into it. Explain, who is Southside Dame?
Southside Dame it's me. That's all about me, and basically my identity came from where I come from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, specifically Southside Kansas City, Missouri. And I wanted to find a way to kind of exemplify that, and what better way than incorporating that into my name, and that's what kind of made me who I am.
Yeah, because you've gone through some other names. You were, or at least you were at Goat Dame on Twitter, and then it was just Dame.
The GOAT thing, it was just like me just messing around when I first started.
Yeah.
And then it was like, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to dial it back a little bit and kind of just focus and really refine my identity. And then I say a couple months back, I was just like, it's just so much going on at home, like losing friends and things like that. I kind of want to just lead by example and kind of put on where I'm from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. How is do you live in Kansas City?
Well, I'll go here. So for the most part, I got an apartment. So when I'm out here, I'm pretty much stuck out here.
Yeah.
But when I'm home, like in the summertime, I'm in Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah. How is being here? Do you think going to school here has affected your music and how you approach that?
Yeah, definitely. Just being here and with it being like a majority St. Louis population, and going to the parties here, you hear different music than I would when I'm at home. I kind of get to see what everybody's listening to from all walks of life, you know what I'm saying? Just being in a diverse group. So it's always good to kind of get a chance to hear what people are really liking and listening to.
Yeah. So you dropped 3 mixtapes in less than a year.
Yes, sir.
Did that come to you, or did you set out to really make that happen?
For real, it just happened organically. The first one, Family and Friends, that was just I'm just gonna drop a mixtape on my birthday, and it ended up being the kind of mixtape that really solidified me as a legit artist, and it kind of, for me, put confirmation in my head that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And Southside Superstar was really completely random. My engineer, he makes beats also, and he was like, we're going to make a mixtape. He's been telling me this since 2016.
Yeah. And
then finally this summer, he was just like, you ready? And then that was it. And then this past one was already supposed to come out. I had music for that back in February, and it finally just came out about a month ago.
Who's your engineer?
His name is Buddha816, and that's on all social medias at Buddha816.
Yeah. Where do you record at?
In the Dark Productions. It's downtown Kansas City, kind of by the Sprint Center. It's a real nice studio out there. Yeah.
Yeah. So you were making music before Family and Friends?
Yeah, I started rapping. I say I dropped my first mixtape, 20, on SoundCloud, January 1st, 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite of the 3 that you dropped?
I say Family and Friends, just because I know I appreciate it. I know where it came from and how I made it, and it was just that one was probably the most prepared I've been to put out music, as far as roll out, having visuals ready, blog placement, and it was just the best one and most prepared that I've been, and I think it's the most successful.
Yeah. How long does it take you to make?
I say I just gotta go with the flow. I really don't try to set a date, but I take it a song at a time. So whenever I feel I'm confident with what I got, whether it takes 3 months, 6 months, that's usually the range. But lately I've been putting out so much music and getting so much stuff done that it's getting faster and faster.
Yeah.
It's starting to get scary.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you've got 3 mixtapes that come out in the last year. What would you say your sound is?
I would say it's a genuine sound, I say my music is me, my rapping voice sounds just like my talking voice. It's kind of me just telling my story. If you listen to a lot of artists from Kansas City, it's there's a real definitive sound. We are heavily influenced by the Bay Area and Detroit artists, and I'm kind of I feel I'm that bridge between mainstream sound with also incorporating my own sound. So I feel like I bring my own swag to not only Missouri but the Midwest.
Gotcha. So is it kind of like an upbeat kind of thing, or like what are the themes you kind of focus on in your music as well?
Lately I'm starting to kind of really refine my sound, and I'm learning that some of my more successful tracks are like the smoother sounding tracks. So I think I'm kind of going into that lane more like mid-tempo type of flow, and I'm kind of liking where I'm headed in the direction in terms of music.
Yeah, my favorite track is Southside Superstar.
Okay.
And you did the video with Kendu.
Yeah.
I met Kendu once, I think, just once. How did that video come together?
Well, he actually hit me up, and he was just telling me like I'm super inspired by the whole Southside Superstar movement, and I really want to be a part of it. And if there's any way that I could shoot some visuals for the project, we can make that happen. And I was like hyped because he's obviously like one of the best videographers in Kansas City, so
Sure.
I was all over it. And then he came over my house a couple days later, and we just got it knocked out. So, that was actually my second time working with him. He also shot my visual to my song In the Mix that I dropped in 2017 off of Family and Friends.
Yeah.
So we pretty familiar with each other.
So from dropping Family and Friends to the most beautiful flex you'll see. I love your titles. Your titles are tight.
Thank you, bro.
What do you think you've learned the most from then to now?
Really just being consistent. Like the way music is now, you can't like put out music and like just think you can disappear and still have the same success. You gotta constantly put yourself out there, and that's kind of where like I kicked it into overdrive because I saw how people react to you when you don't put out music. Like prior to Family and Friends, I only put out like I'll say one song in like 6 months, and I was performing like the same songs at the shows and just seeing the crowd reaction get less and less, and the crowds get smaller and smaller when you're not delivering new content but trying to do shows every weekend. It just makes you want to stay consistent, and I think that's the biggest thing I learned is just consistency.
Yeah. How often do you do shows?
Well, now it's kind of like the things are getting a bit more serious in terms of like me and booking and things like that, so I'm really kind of trying to limit the quantity of shows just because like I'm getting paid more for them now. So this year I'll say I've done about 4 or 5 shows, and then in the wintertime I'll probably do about 3 or 4 more before the year is up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
So you're a student here at UCM, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So other artists you've met on campus, let's talk about that. Like, do you collab with artists that you meet here?
Yeah, for the most part, I really the only one that I really collaborated with is his name is Boogie. He's a pretty dope artist as well. That's like he's my cousin too, so like he's one of the, I can't even talk. He's one of the only ones that I really collaborated with, just because when I'm here, it's like I'm in school mode. I just kind of use this time in Warrensburg for me to kind of take a step away from everything else that I'm dealing with.
So like, how do your experiences here like kind of shape your music? Like, like how much of it is like from experiences in KC, and how much of like this life do you incorporate in that? If that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, nah, I get it. Well, Warrensburg plays a big part because it gives me time to, think and just be regular, like a regular person, and just live and interact with people that I would not obviously met. You know what I'm saying? So it's just real good for me to network. This is a good place for me to network. It's what better area to come to than college to, expand your platform. So I kind of use that to my advantage when I'm out here.
Yeah. What made you want to start rapping?
Oh man, that's a crazy story. So basically I played basketball originally, and that was like my love when I was like coming up all high school. I went to college for basketball my freshman year, and I've always been into music, and I've always like messed around with like freestyling and stuff, and all my friends always were like, you're gonna be a rapper, but like it's like you like, man, I'm going to the NBA, so like you don't want to be hearing that. Like can I cuss?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't
Like I'm like not paying attention to that shit. Like I'm not gonna be a rapper. Like everybody raps, so I was just always shrug it off. And then my school, my senior year, they fucked up and they gave us laptops with GarageBand on them. So like we just started like making hella songs on like known beats at the time, And like we was just putting all the songs on SoundCloud, and the whole school was like listening to the music, and everybody was saying like, "Oh, you can really rap."
That's tight.
But at the time, I was just so focused on playing basketball. So fast forward, I'll say 2015. I'm not playing basketball no more. I'm back in my mom's place, just not in school, not doing nothing basically. And then I just had so much time on my hands that it was just like, okay, I'm gonna see what happened and actually take this serious. So like from September 2015 to like November, I was just writing hella songs, and then I started trying to send them to blogs and stuff. But I was doing all this on the MacBook at the time, and I was sending them to blogs, and they were like, "These is good songs, but the quality is just trash. Like you got to step it up." So
the quality, as in like.
Sorry
to interrupt you.
Nah,
the
good.
Mixing.
Yeah. Because I was on the MacBook at the time, and
Right,
I just was
yeah.
ignorant to the fact that like you know what I'm saying, you need stuff like soundproofing to make it sound good. And I finally got to the studio, and I say December, and then like all that shit was like actually good. So I was like, I'm gonna just put this out and see what happened. And then shit, from then forward, it was over with.
So how many beats of yours like are yours, like that you make?
I don't personally make my own beats, but I do purchase and like own the rights to all my music. But
Gotcha.
like I said, my project Southside Superstar, I did have a hand in some of the production on that in terms of like how I wanted things to sound, because we were literally making every beat on the spot.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Is there a verse to you that sticks out from most of, like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind if I was like, spit your best verse and convince me to listen to
Damn, that's tough because I got so many, but I say if my song "Hold On" off of Southside Superstar, I think to date that's like my favorite song where I was really like going crazy, like in my bag. For real.
It seems what's been the most. This might be a weird question to answer, but like, what's been the most successful of your projects?
I say Southside Superstar just because I really wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. You know what I'm saying? Like we made all the songs over the span of a month, and like every song I was hearing, I'm like, it's cool. And then I finally heard it all in context, like flowing all together, and I was like, oh shit, this is actually hard because like I wasn't expecting the success. You know what I'm saying? Like I genuinely was just making every song on the spot. Like I made every song on the spot. And usually, like, that I use a lot of preparation when it comes to my music. Like, Family and Friends and The Most Beautiful Flex You'll See were, like, made over, like, a span of months. But, like I said, Southside Superstar is, like, essentially just freestyles.
Yeah. How did you get the artwork for The Most Beautiful Flex?
Kendall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kendall did that. Yep.
That's cool. So, as you said, being from Kansas City is a big part of your identity, like, it takes a village to make music. Can you talk a little more about how being from Kansas City has influenced your artistry?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, specifically being from Grandview, it kind of like made me more prideful about the things that I'm doing, just because it's such a tight knit area, and there's so many people that I want to make proud. Like, I have friends that are athletes that don't make music, that have been through the same things that I've been through. So it just kind of puts that pressure on me to kind of tell the story of the people that I genuinely be with that can't, you know what I'm saying, rap, that can't get on a podcast and talk about the things that we've been through. So, like, just being from where I'm from and seeing the things that I've seen, it's kind of, like, really inspired me to want to, you know, go out and tell those stories because, you know what I'm saying, I don't really rap about the whole guns and violence and shit, but there's people that go through real shit that's not like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm one of them, and I just want to let people know that it's okay to do that, you know?
Yeah.
So, the whole Kansas City thing, a big theme we've had in our show, all of our artists so far have been from Kansas City. And a couple weeks ago, we had S.A. Michael, the Mighty Maverick, on here, and he was talking about how, oh, my bad. He was talking about how artists from Kansas City really aren't showing the love to each other. And, like, I think you're an exception to that. But, like, what's your take on other rappers and the singers from the, like, KC's, like, you know, not putting each other on?
I feel like everyone is in the same position, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like so many people are in competition, and that's all it is. It's really, like, just a competitive thing. I feel like when you know, focus on you and getting yourself popping first, it's gonna be easier to, you know what I'm saying, put
Right.
other people on. Like, you get this common misconception that just because, you know, you get a lot of retweets and a lot of likes that you own, you know, like, but that shit really don't matter. I think everybody just kind of has to just realize that when you focus on yourself and just get better, then shit, that's when the success comes. Like, maybe you're just not that good, you know?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel
Like,
you.
no disrespect, but
Yeah.
you just got to get better. Like, I learned that. Like, you just got to get raw if you suck, you know?
I feel you.
In all aspects of life, sports, music, whatever.
Would you still hold that if it was like not out of like I hate this word, but like not out of like clout that people should like retweet and share, but like kind of this brotherhood and like coming together as a city. Like it's something that Chicago is good at, that Florida and Atlanta, no, maybe not Florida, no, something that Chicago and Atlanta are good at. Like they all collaborate with each other and retweet each other's shit and like post and feature and beats, but none of it's for free though. Like everyone's still getting their coin, but
Yeah.
like I see a lack. I see like kind of sectors. Like you have Caviar over here, you have like Cuddy Bear and Bam Keith over here, and there's some intermingling, but mostly people just say, and like Roy Fresco is like out doing his own thing, but like it's a lot of like people are just trying to keep it separate, like but little cliques instead of really helping each other up the ladder.
It's like one of those things where it's like, I feel like everybody, like I said, everyone's on the same level. So like those individual cliques, everybody's trying to build themselves up. When you build yourself up and, like I said, focus on you, and then that, say Caviar blows up, and then Cuddy Bear and Bam blow up, and then I blow up. You know what I'm saying? We all peers, and then it's so much more easier because the fans that Bam has, I don't have them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just a matter of everybody just focusing in the meantime, and then one person get knocking that door down, being like a Roy Fresco, for example, putting eyes on Kansas City, like using that as leverage to help each other. I feel like there hasn't really been that one person to really put Kansas City on, and I feel like everybody's fighting for that title to be the one to say they did it instead of like all coming together, you know?
Yeah.
Damn, I keep dropping my phone.
I think that you can put Kansas City on as like we are Kansas City.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like instead of having one person knock the door down and then Bam Keith has fans. I don't know. I'm not trying to like take this away from you as like talking about other artists, but like say Bam Keith has fans you have fans Bam Keith doesn't have. Instead of doing that like now, rather than later, you know, when the access like, because I think that's when people start to get into the mind that you just want notoriety, so this verse is gonna cost more. And this beat is going to cost more, this hook is going to cost more, rather than, while you're all down here fighting, down here can be up here.
Nah, I agree with you 100%, but like I said, in those type of instances, I just know how I go about things and conduct myself, and it's like, I know like, all of those things come when you get to a certain point, and I know like, more people are willing to work with you when when you on top of your shit. So I cannot talk today for some reason. I try to really focus on my craft and like know that like if I get to a certain point, then more people will be willing to work. Like I'm willing to work with anybody, you know. But it's just like I said, I just feel like everybody's in that phase of this prideful thing where they want to do it themselves. You know, I feel like if one person reached out to the other person, and then it would be something that was cool, but like I said, everybody just focus on them. I feel like, including, I'm guilty of that. So I think once that kind of gets out the way, then it could be easier, but it's definitely a challenge.
Definitely. All right. Off of that, so we talked about how you started rapping. Where do you, what makes you keep rapping?
'Cause I'm the one to do this shit. Like, I'm about to blow up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this shit too hard. Like, I listen to this shit like it's not me. So, I know it's real. And I've been listening to music since I was a kid. So, I know I got this shit. Like, this shit finna happen so soon that it's just a matter of when. So, I'd be a fool to quit. And, like, I want to be rich. I knew I was going to be rich when I was a kid. So, it's like, I know a certain lifestyle I'm supposed to live. I know it's certain things that I want to do. I know I was put on this earth to do something amazing, and I was blessed with the talent of rapping. So it's like, why not quit? I mean, why not stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
So to get there, what's like a short-term goal that you're kind of like focused on right now and getting done in the next year or so?
Graduating.
Yeah.
That's number one. And then once I graduate, it's gonna be like just getting taken off the leash. Like I'm gonna really be able to go head first into music, just because I won't have to spend so much money on paying school balances and stuff.
Right.
Cause it's like if you don't got money behind you, it's like you can only do so much, and school definitely takes a good chunk of my revenue for sure.
So what's the value of school to you? Like, what's your major?
I'm a communications major, minor in digital media and production. For real, to be quite honest, school is never on my radar. Like on my list of shit, it's bad, but school is probably like number 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So sometimes class don't be on my radar. I'm gonna be 100. Like, but the value of it is really being the first person in my family to graduate college. You know, once I quit playing basketball, I made a promise to my mom that, you know what I'm saying, I at least graduate from college. Like,
right.
So.
Yeah. So, like, where do you come from, like, family-wise?
In terms of, like, financial
situation? No. Well, I mean, I guess that can be part of it, but, like, what's the culture like, where you live? Not
okay.
The area,
well, my parents, I came up with both parents. It was obviously, like, every problem in my life came from, like, financial issues. And I think that kind of instilled, like, that ambition in me, not being able to have certain things when I was a kid. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I was, like, poor, but there was definitely time periods in my life when I didn't have shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that just instilled that drive in me, and it really pushes me forward today because I know, like, it's something more out there, you know?
Is that where the hoop dreams came from, too? Or was that more of a passion, like rapping?
For real, I played football my whole life. Like, my pops, he made me play football when I was a kid up until, like, 8th grade, but I hated that shit because I hate being hot. So I was like, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
But then, like, high school, like, I went to Grandview, and that's, like, it's a big hooping school. Like, that's the thing. And for real, like, I just was doing it for the bitches. I ain't gonna lie. I just want, that's why I wanted to get raw, because, like, girls love niggas that can hoop. Like, girls love niggas that can hoop or rap or got hella money. So I was like, I'm trying to hoop. So,
right.
So yeah, and then that was it. And then I ended up actually getting good.
Yeah. And you played in college?
Yeah. I went to Lebec Community College. It's in the Jayhawk Conference. It's a junior college with, like, Hutch and
JUCO. Okay.
Yeah, Hutch and Coffeyville and all that shit.
Okay. Yeah. I know about that. My dad was a JUCO head coach.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What position did you play?
I was a small forward. Then when I got to college, I was shooting guard.
Yeah. What number?
22. Carmelo Anthony is my favorite basketball player. And at Oak Hill, he was number 22. So when I got to college, I was like, I'm going to be 22. Yeah.
That's tight.
Do you follow, how much do you follow the NBA? Like, are you a Rockets fan now? Or you're just kind of like, it's just Melo? I'm
a Carmelo fan. So when Melo was with the Knicks, I was getting shredded for being the Knicks fan. Then he went to OKC and was fucking up, and I was getting shredded. And now he with Houston, and he hooping again, so I'm rocking with Houston. But Kyrie Irving is my second favorite player. I know Melo's on his way out the door, so Kyrie, I think I'm really a Kyrie fan.
Like, Kyrie's raw.
I'm a Celtics fan. I'm a little worried. I feel like he's dissatisfied.
Why?
In Boston. Huh?
Why?
I don't know. I saw someone tweet that he hasn't seen Kyrie this mad since someone said that LeBron was like a father figure to him or something like that.
Well, I mean, I've seen the rumors that he's going to go to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Like,
that's been a thing. I think him and KD are going to the Knicks.
And KD?
Time. Yeah.
Ooh. That'd be crazy.
KD is going to leave Golden State after this year, because it's like, what else can you do? I mean, 3 rings, like.
No, I see that for sure. Yeah, because that's been a thing too. Like, that's been a big rumor I've seen on Twitter and stuff. And then Jimmy Butler, too.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, Jimmy Butler to the Knicks things. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I'm not really
I thought that was
Jimmy
happening. I like Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler's fire.
I think I think that he thinks that he's better than what he is. Like, he's a good player, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
he's also earned that pride, though, because he was, like, homeless.
Yeah.
And then he went to Marquette. So I would probably think I'm a little better than I am.
Yeah, but I mean, he treats himself as a top 10 player, and is he? Like,
I don't think so.
to
Not
me,
even that. I think I can name like 5 players better than him at his position, or at least
like at small forward.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Who are your 5?
Okay, Kawhi, Bron,
Yeah.
KD, PG,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Greek Freak.
That's
Well, you can't argue with that.
no, not at all. You cannot. All right.
Is Gordon Hayward better than Jimmy Butler?
No,
No.
if he wasn't
He's not. he didn't
Utah,
get-
Gordon maybe.
Yeah, if he didn't get hurt last year
Yeah.
and played as well as he was doing in Utah, he's as good. I don't know. Anyway,
Back to the music.
back to the music. That was nice. We don't talk about things like that usually. All right, so with music, what's the best experience you've had so far that you couldn't have had without music?
Performing at South by Southwest.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, 2017, I went down there like just ignorant to the whole experience of South by Southwest. I was thinking like, I'm just gonna go down here with some CDs. It's gonna be this big old.
Well, if you don't mind, like, can you explain like what that is first?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
okay,
to
okay.
who's like who might not know.
Okay, so South by Southwest is like the independent music festival. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that's anybody got their start at South by Southwest. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things, it's all live music. Like, you see the most random live concerts. Like, I saw Little Flip perform. Like, I was for free, though, like, which
Yeah,
is crazy. And, like, it's just one of those things where it's really just a big networking opportunity. And I went down. It's in Austin, Texas. I drove down with 3 of my friends. All I had was, like, some CD. I had, like, 100 CDs, like, probably, like, $300, and I was like, I'm just gonna go down here. I'm about to get famous.
Yeah.
And I ain't have no shows, none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I get down there, and the first day I'm on the streets, just handing out hella CDs. So then, like, I got a manager, and he was working for this event, and he was able to get us in VIP with PNB Rock and like Arsenal. He's a famous battle rapper. I don't know if you guys know
I've
him.
heard.
Yeah. So we were in there, and then I just got a text like, hey, I'll check your CD out. Do you want to perform? And then I'm like, hell yeah. So I performed, and I did hella good. And I just, like, if I wasn't making music, I would not be able to know that that's what I was meant to do. Because when I went down there performing in front of, like, it was hundreds of, like, random-ass people fucking with my music.
Right.
So me doing that just let me know that it's not, like, a fluke. Like, it's easy to get caught up in local success, but, like, going that far from home and, like, doing my thing, that was like, okay. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, being nice and like being the best in Kansas City is nice, but
Yeah,
you got to get out.
definitely. But that's something I never really strived to be like. I never was like, oh, I want to be the best in the town, you know? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to make good music, you know what I'm saying? I don't really be caring.
Yeah. Going back this year?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's mandatory. I didn't go this year just because I was broke college student,
Yeah.
but I'm prepared. Like, I'm more prepared than ever in terms of, I done got so much better from March of last year to now. It's over with. Like, I know when I go this year, it's going to be crazy.
Did you say, I'm sorry if I missed it, did you say how you got to South by Southwest last year?
Oh, yeah, I just drove.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
And you got booked. How did you get booked?
I gave dude a CD on the street, and I guess he just popped that motherfucker in. And
That's crazy.
I had my number. I had these stickers with my number on the CD.
Yeah.
And then dude texted me like, I think your shit hard.
That's crazy. That's
trying to
cool.
perform. Yeah,
That's
it was
hard.
crazy.
Yeah, that's how you know. Yeah, it is. It can't be a lie then. You know, it's whatever moves the crowd.
Yeah.
If you can go to a festival and kill it, then you're legit. It's not like I know you, so I'm gonna support you.
Right.
It's,
Yeah, exactly.
This is tight, so I'm gonna stay here. And
Exactly. And considering like it was so many people like that went before me that really wasn't hitting on shit, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, they finna grill my ass. Then I got up there and it was just genuine love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was crazy.
yeah, they just set the bar low.
Yeah, for real.
Is there like video of that anywhere?
Actually, I have a tag. I got like this video. I just posted that motherfucker on my Snap, like talking about. It's crazy we having this conversation because I just posted all this on my Snap today, like me talking about how I wanted to go back to South by Southwest.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it was like mobbing my bro for the CDs and shit. Hold on, let me see. Like they was just taking all the CDs and all that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
that is crazy.
It was
Nick,
hella dope.
will we be able to like screen record that and put it on the show possibly somehow? Yeah, it's on. Is it on your Snap or
Yeah,
your?
it was on my Snap.
It's on
Okay,
your
I don't
Snapchat.
know what that is. Can you raise the mic a little bit?
Yeah, it's on my Snapchat.
Okay. Yeah, just send that to Isaiah or Steven and we'll get
All
it.
right, bet.
Yeah, cool. I don't know if I have him on Snap. I should add him on Snap.
Yeah, add me, bro. all y'all can add.
It'll
Yeah.
all be in
Put it
the
there.
description. We can do it after.
All right, bet, bro.
So what other thing, like South by Southwest is like, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like it was one of those things where it was like it was cool for the moment in terms of like being lit about it, but as soon as I got back home, it just really put things into perspective. Like just seeing how artists really go all out for their brand and what they do.
Right.
It kind of humbled me. Like you really ain't doing shit. You got to do more. That's
Yeah.
why it ain't. You know what I'm saying? I know
Yeah.
I got to go back and have everything ready, shows lined up,
Yeah.
merchandise, all that shit. Like you know what I'm saying? So it just really just put things into perspective. It was really like a early wake up call for me.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And I've noticed like you do a lot of shows too. Like
Yeah.
especially compared to like other artists we've talked to. Like you are really out there working. So like you're a better performer now too. What'd you think?
Yeah, definitely. When I first started, I was trash at performing
I
just
think
because.
that's common.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just like I got a real and bad anxiety problem in terms of like not knowing. It don't even be like nervousness. I just hate not knowing what's gonna happen in
Right.
terms of like crowd reaction, who
Mhm.
gonna show up, and shit like that. I hate not knowing how shit is finna go. So like I used to be just so stiff, like you know what I'm saying. But just being out there, that whole weekend really just changed my whole perspective on like music. Period.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, I had a question, but I lost it.
Dude, need help finding it?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was a follow up to that. Damn. Oh no, never mind. Okay, so
Found it.
yeah, who do you listen? Like, who did you listen to that influenced the music you make and the style in which you rap?
Man, so many artists. I don't even know where to start. Like that's one of them questions. I'd be like, damn.
Yeah.
But for real, recently, I say Drake. Just not even necessarily like the way he make music, but just like the consistency of it. Like how consistent he is with like every time he drop, it's gonna go crazy. And the superstar status of how big he is, like
Yeah.
I'm trying to be that famous. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be as famous as Drake. So like
I've seen that. Yeah, I've
just
seen you
seeing
tweet-
that
yeah,
shit,
I've
like
seen you
I
tweet
believe that
yeah.
shit. You know what I'm
you
saying?
gotta, you gotta put it out. To
I
the
swear to
universe.
God, and like just seeing how cloudy he is, like I don't do this shit for the clout or nothing, but like in terms of like you guaranteed to go crazy every time you put out some music.
Mhm.
Just seeing that, you got it started with consistent content and just being the one to be able to tell your story without it being, you know what I'm saying, the same old,
Yeah.
and being able to talk about real life shit. So I would say definitely Drake was probably one of my biggest influences like over the past couple years.
Now
Yeah.
this is a big thing because Isaiah is a documented Drake hater,
Okay.
and then you
I-
love Drake.
I really don't like Drake.
I want to see this debate go on
What
right
do you-
now.
I just don't. I really just don't connect with the music like at all.
Nah, I mean it ain't for everybody.
I
I'll
feel.
say
I understand what you're saying. Like, and this isn't me like trying to appeal to the guest or anything. I understand what you're saying. Like, he does make consistent music,
yeah.
and like he does provide for his fans. I'm just not a fan, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Like personally.
I'm
This
not
is-
like one of those OVO fiends or whatever. Like I've called Drake out for bullshit, like with the whole writing scandal and all
Yeah,
that shit. Like I was cool on Drake at one point, but I'll say like with this last album, Scorpion, like it was to a point where I'm like, okay, I can't hate on this man no more. Because I was really cool on Drake after the whole Meek Mill situation. I really was like, okay, this is cool, but did he write it for like 2 years from 2016 to the time Scorpion came out? But Scorpion changed my life.
And that's all.
Yeah.
That's also because like I don't view Drake as like a rapper. Like he raps,
Yeah, he's an artist.
but
Like
he's
definitely
more of he's a pop act to me
Mhm.
now. I would say pop. Well, he's the biggest pop star in the world.
Yeah, I think he's just more of like an artist than just a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, it's a difference. You know, like Wayne, like coming up, Wayne when I could have my own favorite rapper, Wayne was my favorite rapper.
Mm-hmm.
But like Drake can't rap as good as Wayne, but I always say that Wayne ain't as big of an artist as Drake. You
Oh,
know
for
what
sure.
I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
because of diversity.
Yeah, Drake's
you
more
know?
accessible. And
Yeah.
yeah. It's weird. Drake's so big that I can never escape talking about Drake somehow.
You can't, because everywhere you go, people are going to know who he is. Like, my 5-year-old niece, well, she's 6. My 6-year-old niece, she was 4 at the time. The No Shopping video with French Montana came on. And she was like, is that Drake? I'm like, what the fuck? How did she know who Drake is?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
with that, you can't escape that. Like, that's amazing to me. Like, no matter where you go, no matter what country you in, he come on the TV, you know who that is. You know what I'm saying?
That's that is crazy.
And that's your goal, is a Drake big.
I mean,
or bigger.
Yeah, I for real, I know that shit gonna happen just because I'm myself. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you yourself, and everywhere I've been at in my life, I always been that nigga. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, like not on from a cocky standpoint.
Right.
Yeah.
But just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just too confident. I'm too focused. I'm too raw. You know what I'm saying? Like I just know this shit. I know this shit.
You wear that sweatshirt for a reason.
Yeah. Every single day. Like
Every
not
day?
every day. No,
Well,
no,
no,
no. Yeah, not every day, but but you know what I'm saying? Like I bought this motherfucker for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tight.
Your Drake take disappointed me.
Why?
Usually you're a lot more.
You wanted me to be a little more hot.
Usually are. I don't know.
That's cool.
You're just in a good mood today,
I don't feel like turning up right now.
So what do you think? So what you think, man?
About Drake?
Yeah.
I respect it.
Okay.
It's not for me.
Okay.
Okay, like I respect him though. Like I understand why he's as big as he is.
Mhm.
But to me, I don't know. That's just not hip hop to me. That's pop.
Yeah.
And it's like I have trouble, separating the two. So I don't really have a strong opinion on Drake like Isaiah does, or you do. He's just to me, he's just there. You know?
Man, but like, I agree with you 100%, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's like one of those things where it's like either you feel it or you don't. You
Yeah.
know? But like when he makes songs like nonstop is too hard. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know. I just love that shit. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm just lit talking about that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Nonstop is one of the hardest songs I done ever made. I done ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, period. I swear to God. You guys gotta listen. When you know the backstory, like with the whole Kanye shit and all that, all those situations, and you just see how he can turn real life situations into like straight art. You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally tried to end his whole album release, and he still finessed it and still went crazy, still selling out tours. Like, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah, the marketing. Yeah, his marketing is fire.
yeah.
I like his video. You mentioned video too. I like his videos.
So you were talking about the Kanye thing. So what's your view on Kanye?
Yeah, right now, cause to be honest, I was expecting a Kanye answer, because when I hear, like, especially Southside Superstar, the first beat, it sounds like College Dropout, Late Registration type
Man,
stuff.
and the thing is though, Late Registration is the first album physically that I ever wanted and got. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, that's the first album that my mom ever bought me, or me being like, I want the album. I was in the 5th grade. I'll never forget that. Kanye West is one of my favorite artists, but, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, in the light of these new events, it's kind of like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, one of my favorite albums ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, from top to bottom. But it's just like, for so long, it's like missing that substance. Like, I just feel like the substance left.
Yeah. Can you separate art from artists?
Yeah, I try to. Like, I try to go into like if he dropped the album today, I would listen. You know? Like,
yeah, I feel you.
But like, how far does that go for you? Like, will you listen to X?
I used to, but like it wasn't like it just wasn't it for me. Like, but if he had a good song, like I got songs of his that I like on my phone.
Right. Yeah, but like that's something that like I've always, that's something I always think about. Like if Chris Brown comes on or X or like how do you separating the art from the artist? Like how do I enjoy this while knowing who the person is? You know?
It depends on the situation. Like the whole Kanye situation, I just don't know what the hell is wrong with dude. You know, like, and on top of that, the music really ain't hitting on shit. Yeah. So it's like it just make it worse. You know, but that don't affect how I go back and listen to College Dropout. That don't affect how I listen to Graduation. Like, I'm going to still listen to all that. Like, if the music was better, I think everything that he was doing would be a lot more acceptable.
So to you, like, there was Fantasy, and then after that, Kanye kind of fell off?
I liked, a lot of people don't like Yeezus, but
I love Yeezus.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That has some shit on there. I like Yeezus too, personally, but I say after Watch the Throne, Those came out around the same time. I can't remember which one came out
Yeah,
first.
but like Pablo doesn't do it for you.
Nah, Pablo really wasn't hitting on shit. I think it came and went. Like it was cool for the time. Like when I heard it, I liked Ultralight Beam a lot. 30 Hours was amazing. I love 30 Hours, but like like I think it was just for the times. I think but that ain't even necessarily him. I think he put a lot of time into the album, but it's just the way we consume music so fast and chew it up and spit it out. Like he just put it out at a time where it was like it just came and went.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do you view, do you think the legacy is tainted?
Yeah. Well, not in my eyes, but you know, in terms of like the popular opinion, just because of everything that he's done and said. But you know, I feel like the way people are is so fair weather when it comes to music. I feel like all he has to do is just put out something crazy, and everybody
people will
gonna be
forget
right
about
back
it.
to normal. Yeah.
What do you want your legacy to be?
I just want everybody to know that I was genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't ever see myself going to those, you know, measures, you know, that other artists have went to.
Right.
I think it's a good thing that you get to see all of this from a third party perspective, just being able to watch outside looking in. So when it is time for me to get to that point, I'm be like, okay, I know not to do this shit. I know not to put a fucking make America great again. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that type of shit. So I think my legacy is just gonna be like, I just want it to be about the music. You know, I feel like everything that I need to say or will say is always gonna be in the music. So I just want I want that to be what people judge me for, not my actions.
Not your interviews?
Yeah. I mean, like shit, like that too. But like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna do too much. You know, like I'm just gonna stay myself. Like,
Do you think there's a difference between today? Do you think there's a difference between an album, a mixtape, an EP, anything like that?
Yeah. Well, EPs is usually like that's just like a classification thing. I think like the technical term for it is like if it's less than like 5 or 6 songs.
I think it's like 4 or less.
Yeah,
or something like that.
if something like that shit. That's the EP, but mixtapes and albums. I feel like nowadays it ain't really no. I feel like they try to like use this umbrella term of project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I feel like an album is really like, you know, taking your time with it and actually having a theme, some cohesiveness. Like, I think that's been missing a lot. I don't know.
Would you say that you dropped 3 albums this year, or 3 mixtapes, or 1 album and 2 mixtapes? Or
I think these is all just projects.
Projects.
Like, my bro, like, I wanted to call one of them an album, but my bro was just like, why don't you want your first album to go platinum? Why would you fuck up your discography by saying an album before you're famous? I'm like, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna drop my first album next year. I want Southside Superstar 2 to be my first album.
Oh yeah. Is that what you're working on now?
Nah. Right now I'm working on just a little project about like my love life and everything. Just like, you know, cuffing season.
Yeah.
Like,
is that what it's called?
No. It's called the Halo Effect, and it's just basically like about how we think that things are good just because they look good. You know. So.
Have you announced that yet?
Nah, y'all just got
exclusive. That's 2 in a row.
There we go.
That's 2 out of 3. We got an exclusive.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So that's I'm actually like 3 or 4 songs in with that. I think I'm gonna do like 4 more songs and shit. I got a headlining show December 14th for Southside Superstar and The Most Beautiful Flex You'll See. So in the perfect world, that shit'll hit the services right after that.
Where's that show at?
It's gonna be at the Union. 512 18th Street, Kansas City, Missouri, like in the West Bottom District.
All right.
That's what's up. So is the so for the Halo Effect, is there a producers that you're working with, or is it like you're gathering right now? And
I got a few beats from local producers. I done got some beats from guys I met over the internet that I've connected with. Like, it's all over the place. I'm going through so much different things, like life-wise, that I'm kind of putting it on hold while trying to still find beats. So I'm like all over the place with it, but I do know how I want it to sound, and the songs that I got, like, no matter whether it's a project or album, I always aim to be super cohesive. So like, I'm just in the process of trying to find beats that beat match well. So whether it's a local guy or wherever, I'm just trying to get to it if it sound good.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything. Do you have anything?
Yeah.
What? What do you have? I don't know. How long have we been going?
Are you blanking out already?
I am. I kind of did. I don't know.
Did you?
He's answering these questions very like solidly. Like,
No,
I
he's
can't-
good,
like,
man.
I
He's-
can't pick apart.
No,
not
he's good
not
to go.
like pick apart, but I can't like. He's answering them very thoroughly. I can't expand because he's already doing that.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
nothing
sorry
to
about
elaborate
that.
on.
No, no. It just means you're good at answering questions, or we're just bad at interviewing.
Yeah, well, Isaiah's saying he's not big boy yet, so.
Man, it's like I don't know. Like when it comes to like certain subjects, like I don't know. I can just talk about that shit. Like how we was talking about basketball. Like I could sit up and I'll
Yeah.
talk your ear off about that shit if
Yeah.
y'all let me. Like
Yeah, I can tell. It was something I've said. There was another interview we had. You're very thoughtful when you answer.
yeah,
And that's good. You're very.
And well spoken.
Very
I've
well
noticed
spoken.
you're very well spoken too. That's something I appreciate. You
appreciate that, bro.
know, doing this. You know, because some artists that I've met, they're kind of like, you know, like they do the music and like that's how they express themselves, but they're kind
Yeah.
of like awkward. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So like, you know, it's like a breath of fresh air to have an artist on here that can like articulate themselves.
that's because
in a
you
way.
know what I'm saying. Like that comes from like just being comfortable with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. I'm comfortable with who I am. Like the
Mhm.
things that I say in my music, I would say that shit out loud in
Right.
a conversational setting. Like
Mhm.
I'm real comfortable with like just being myself and talking. Like my whole life I've been outgoing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like that's. I feel that, and I feel that in your music. I feel
hell yeah.
like listening to your music. I have an idea of who you are. Like obviously, I have a better idea now interviewing you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I kind of knew who you were and what to expect before coming in here because of the
Yeah.
impression that was left.
Appreciate that, man. The fact that y'all got like some prior knowledge, you know, I mean, that y'all
Yeah.
was really checking it out. So I'm thankful for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. For sure.
That's what we're trying to do. Well, you want to do like a theme thing to close it out here?
A theme thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we don't have to.
So we got into Drake, we got into Kanye a little. What's Southside Dame's Mount Rushmore of hip hop?
Ah, man. All right. So I'm not going to say the stereotypical answers because I'm going to be 100% honest
Yeah.
with you. I feel like it's a generational thing. I will acknowledge the role that like Biggie and Tupac played and
Yeah.
older.
Yeah, I feel you, and we talked about that too. Like, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nah, you
Like,
good, bro.
I did mean to interrupt you, but
This is it's like I don't want this to be like it's an interview, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
But we
we're
having
just
a
talking,
conversation.
we're
you
just
know what I'm
talking,
saying?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that
that's,
happened.
that's why it's a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you because we were talking about that,
Mm-hmm.
and we were like, we had an episode that was the Mount Olympus of hip hop, so we picked like 12 people
Okay.
and roles they would fill, and we were like, I don't think we should say like Biggie and Tupac because like I mean, credit where it's due, yeah, but that's not who we listen to like all that
Yeah,
much.
exactly. And I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
people expect you like especially like older hip hop heads, they expect you to be like Tupac, Biggie. I'm not about to do that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
Because I mean, like I said, I acknowledge that that's what, you know what I'm saying, got hip hop to where it is today, but me personally, when I was old enough to listen to things and like decipher, okay, I like this and I like this, it was okay. Jay-Z was one of my first favorite rappers. My dad loved Jay-Z. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Coming up, I remember that's all I was hearing. Lil Wayne, of course. Damn. Man, so Mount Rushmore got 5 people in it. That's right.
Four.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
See?
it harder.
See, that's why I told you schools ain't on my radar. So Wayne, Jay-Z. I'm not gonna put Drake. I don't want to piss bro off. I'm not gonna say Drake.
You can. It's fine.
I say Drake. I say Kendrick. I like Kendrick.
Kendrick?
Yeah.
No. So Kanye doesn't make your Mount Rushmore.
Nah. Just because, not necessarily because of the things, but just with the whole like writing thing also.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? People write his raps too. You know,
Yeah.
that's why I'm kind of iffy about putting Drake on there.
But I feel like, but that's like a singer though thing. Like Kanye has always been a producer first.
Yeah.
He has written his own stuff. Just like he's written some of his best stuff.
Mhm.
But like I mean, still like it's also like to me it's impact. Like Kanye's left the biggest impact in hip hop
Yeah.
probably ever. Because
Yeah, he paved the way for artists like Drake. Even Drake has
Drake,
said that. You know what I'm saying?
Cudi, I think he paved the way for artists like X with Yeezus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really let an alternative as well as a like R&B style sound, like acceptable with like 808s and everything.
Yeah, I agree, but you know, like they say, like those albums where he had that real derivative sound from what he's usually, you know what I'm saying, done, they say that he got those influences from the Cuddies with 808s, and they say Yeezus was heavily influenced by Travis Scott, who was, you know what I'm saying, working under him at the time.
And
so
like Take Care was like the
the
Weeknd.
Weeknd, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I get it, you know, like it's all, you know, it's like the pot calling the kettle black in a sense with those two.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have to go Cole, Kendrick, Jay-Z, and Wayne.
Cole?
Yeah, I fuck with Cole.
That's cool. I feel that. I can see that. Yeah.
I fuck with Cole. I've been fucking with Cole for a while.
Yeah. Were you on like Friday Night Lights?
Yeah, definitely. Like even before that, like the Come Up, like all that shit. Like when I was a freshman in high school, like that was all I listened to.
Yeah. Cole's cool. Did you like Coyote?
Yeah, I did, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I felt like in a weird way, I thought he was kind of on some trendy shit, like in terms of like beat choice.
I think that was the point though, to kind of like get the message out, and then.
And I get it, but it's just like, man, you know, I think he did it to prove that he could do it just because of the backlash he was getting from the album before that one.
Yeah.
Because everybody was on his head about the album he dropped before that one, Truly Yours. Is that what it?
For Your
Eyes Only. Okay. Yeah, I heard a lot of negativity about that album, and I feel like he dropped this album to show that he can still do what he do on the type of beats and shit. But I just didn't, you know what I'm saying? It didn't do it for me. But
yeah,
I think it was
like,
some shit on there.
What was that one song? It's like the second or third song.
Which one?
About like
the Instagram.
Finds the girl on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't show anybody. Like that's weird. To
Yeah,
me.
I did not. And I hate that song. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I do not like that song
too.
Like I like Kevin's Heart though.
But
I love Kevin's Heart. That song is hard as fuck.
But the appeal to that song is like people really do that though.
They find girls on Instagram and keep them to themselves and like
they
stalk
like
them.
Kinda.
I mean,
I've known people that do that, and I'm like, bro,
man, people
you're
are
never gonna meet her.
Social media is like a weird place, man. You can really like.
But it's important.
Yeah. Nah, it's definitely important. Like when I tell you I hate social media so much, because I can remember a time when it wasn't here, and I just see the effect that it has on people. But you know what I'm saying? It's essential nowadays to do anything. If you want to be successful, you got to kind of play.
That's like the main, like that's where you market now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it used to be commercials and advertisements and all that, like on TV and stuff, and now it's retweets and.
Yeah, even MTV.
Yeah,
there's a good thing too.
Yeah. Are you gonna have any videos for the Most Beautiful Flex?
Yeah. I'm working on. I'm really trying to finish this semester out strong. I'm using Christmas break to kind of get all that shit in order because I'm trying to come into 2019 with as much momentum as possible.
Right.
I'm still working on videos to Southside Superstar. Actually, I'm doing a video to Gorgeous here in the next couple weeks.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, like I'm doing a video to that in the next couple weeks. So I'm just gonna be back and forth, hopping between projects with a new project coming out. So it's gonna be like just I don't know, just trying to do as much content as possible. Then as soon as 2019 start campaigning for Southside Superstar too, because like I said, that's gonna be the most anticipated album of 2019.
Yeah.
When it's time.
Who's doing your video?
This new dude. I don't even know the dude, but he crazy though. It's like One Minded Creations or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like after we done, I can show you like some of the qualities and stuff from his page. But like he's nice, like crazy nice.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like under the radar, like no one really.
I seen him work with a couple other local artists, but I actually met him through my engineer Buddha, and he was like, I got somebody that's just as good as Kendu. You want to give him a try? And then I was like, shit, yeah. And then he reached out to me, let me know that he had some ideas already. So I was like, shit, let's go.
That's fire.
Yeah, so we gonna make it happen.
Music videos. That's something you and I talk about a lot. Kind of like, so for you, like, okay, so here's a question. For you, are music videos kind of like they're there to like tell a story? Or are they there to just like, what did you say it was as a...
What?
Like videos where they're just like rapping and that's all that happens. Like, what did you call it?
You said that.
No, you said that. It's like a commercial for the music, I think is what you said.
Yeah. It was, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's like you see a video, like, it stimulates more than one sense.
Yeah.
So like, how important do you think videos are? Because there are people that don't like. I didn't know what Playboi Carti looked like until like he dropped the album last year.
Damn.
Yeah, and then like I was like, oh okay.
Yeah. Okay. So for you, are videos just eye candy, or are they like there to tell a story, or kind of both?
Man, I think they important, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think videos are essential because for real, like, sometimes people don't be trying to hear that shit. Like, you gotta see it, you know? Like, I do think that the better the video, the more susceptible to it taking off is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I done did videos where that had a theme, and I done did videos where I was just standing around, you know what I'm saying? And I done seen the reaction of both. So I feel like it's key to kind of have something that people want to go back and watch, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's important for it to tell a story, because if I see your video and you just standing there, and like, I seen this shit once, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it ain't even nothing for me to see, like, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's important.
So halo effects about your love life.
Yeah.
What's your love life like? Do I have to wait till the album? Or,
I mean,
or
shit, I got a girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what it's about.
It's about your girlfriend. It's not about like past things that like haven't worked out. And
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a little bit of both. Like, that's like, it's gonna lead up to that. You know, it's talking about everything that prepared me for the position I'm in with me having a girlfriend.
Do you have any diss records for your exes?
Oh, nah, I ain't on that. I don't really be on that. I'm not one of those dudes that like bash their ex. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, I don't know. Like, that ain't really my swag.
Yeah, we had a interview last week where the guy was like, he was talking about his exes and like how bad it went, and he was talking, but he didn't like mention names, and so he was like, an element in his music that like shows that it's real is like, because of what he's talking about, she still knows who she is.
Yeah.
But he doesn't mention her name at all.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I done had a lot of bitches in my life. So, like, it can be so broad. I gotta keep it broad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that shit could, you know, like, I done had situations where, like, I'm talking about something totally different, but somebody hit me up like, "Is this about me?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I don't really like getting too specific, and I'm just not in the business of like trying to like, I don't like shredding people. You know, like, I just be cool. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do speak on it though. Like, I'm always talking about what I go through.
No, I feel that.
When do we expect that again?
Sometime in December. Don't quote me on the date, but ideally December 14th.
So 4 mixtapes in a year.
Yeah.
Did you drop every season?
This will be my first time dropping in the winter. Dropped in the fall. I haven't dropped in the spring. So yeah, this will be my first time dropping in the winter.
When did Family and Friends come out?
The fall 2017.
Oh, okay.
And then Southside Superstar was my first time putting out a project in the summer.
Okay. That's what's up.
So Southside Superstar 2 might be my first spring project. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
Well,
I think I'm good.
that's a good spot to wrap it up, I think.
I think so.
He's Southside Dame. This is my co-host, Isaiah Killinger. We have Nick producing for us and Colby doing a great job as always.
Colby, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I think I got one question actually.
All right.
So your degree is in communication with a minor in DMP, you said?
Yes, sir.
So, do you think that'll like help your music at all, or maybe a different degree? Like, why not like a music degree or something? You know, like, do you think that'll impact your music or anything? Help you?
For real, in situations like this, like how bro was saying, like, I articulate myself, I think that's helped me a lot, because I done took classes like public speaking and shit like that, that had really like made me just real comfortable with like conversational settings. Like,
Yeah.
I know how to like nonverbal cues. I know that I gotta make eye contact with you. I know I gotta, you know, really articulate my voice, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I know what it takes. So that has all helped me. But like, I'm not even gonna bullshit you. When I first got in college, like, I was like, I know I'm not trying to do school. I'm just gonna pick the easiest major possible. So I was like, fuck communication. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't change that shit. Now I'm about to graduate in May, hopefully.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit, it's too late now.
Yeah.
But I do. And with music, it's like, that's one of those things that you can just learn that offhand. Like, I've been in the process of like learning how to like make beats and engineer and mix my own music. So I feel like I really don't need a degree if I can just learn it from somebody who's been doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
That's cool. I was just curious.
Oh yeah, appreciate it, bro.
Colby, you need to speak up more.
That was a good question.
Yeah.
That was a good
All right.
question.
Nick, we need a camera on him next week.
I don't know about that.
No.
No, because
no.
the world needs to see his face.
He's
bro.
not dressed for it. He's got a dinosaur on
I
it.
do have a
Colby, come over here. Show the world.
What?
We got to show the world Colby real
The
quick.
world will see it.
Yeah,
Come
you
on,
gotta show the
bro.
hoodie, bro. I like what it say, man. I feel that.
It is.
Show that off here.
Right here, yeah. Get a shot right here. Right here. No, right here. Right here. Right here.
No, stand up.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I am unstoppable.
Yeah.
Little extended arms.
He is.
The Colby Moeller.
Nick, do you have anything to say? Any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
All right, cool.
All right.
I think that's that good.
That's a good place to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
All right.
All right. See you next week.
And he liked it right away.
That's
It was
what's up.
crazy. He was like, "Oh, dude, this shit's crazy. Like, you went off." He like glorified me,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh my god, like it's this big dude
Yeah.
putting me on a song to feature," and he's like glorifying me, just saying how awesome I am. And next thing I know, he's like spending all this money on promo and stuff.